Hello and
Hi.
welcome to our YouTube or Facebook videos. I am Joshua Macias and this is my lovely wife,
Christina.
Christina. And
Good to
today,
see everybody again. Thank you very much for watching. I know we've put up a few videos there and we appreciate any single one of you watching and also subscribing and sharing if you find this content in any shape or form interesting or valuable.
and what I was going to say was today's a very interesting and special day for us. That's why I am wearing my Vyshavanka. And
I'm wearing a
she's
yellow
wearing
dress to
yellow
match.
for Ukraina.
It's Ukrainian colors, Ukrainian national flag colors. And for some of you who don't know, I'm Ukrainian. So Joshua is in solidarity supporting me in my country.
Yes, and also because it is our Baba Vira's 72nd,
So my
77th
grandma's
birthday.
and she's in Ukraine, so we send her amazing birthday wishes to Ukraine.
Yeah, but we'll actually be calling her soon, so expect that, Baba.
Okay, so today's video is about the Imago image, and that's chapter 3 in the book of Getting the Love You Want. That's the book we've been studying with Joshua over the course of the last month or so. It's probably one of the best written books on relationships. Very deep. It's not a surface level book and full of practical tools on conscious partnership. So if you're into actual conscious partnerships, any kinds of soulmate, twin flame connection, or just want to learn how to be a better partner, I highly, highly recommend this book by Harville Hendrix and Getting the Love You Want.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's do this, babe. What you got out of this chapter?
Ooh, what do I got?
And what is an Imago for our viewers? What is an Imago image?
Imago is the Latin word for image, and for today, what the Imago is, it's a combination of your caretakers.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what
it's
do you mean combination of your caretakers?
Well, no, I was gonna say the combination. Yeah, a combination like the mother, father, siblings.
Okay.
Like it's the combination of your caretakers.
Well, it's not a combination of your caretakers. It's a combination of the positive and negative traits.
Oh, thank you. That's what I meant to say.
caretakers.
That's what was missing. So it's a combination of your positive and negative traits of your caretakers, and how we look for our partners subconsciously this way.
All right. So, anything else?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
What are you
Didn't
getting
you
out of
just
it?
ask me about the Imago? Like,
Yes.
that's all you asked? Did you want me to tell you what I got from it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I heard the question incorrectly then, ladies and
You heard it
gentlemen.
correctly.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did. What else that I got from the book itself?
No, from the chapter, not from the whole.
Well, yeah, well, that's... Lord have mercy. Okay, from that chapter,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gents, what I got from it was... what did I get now? Oh yeah. Anyways, how we subconsciously look for our partners in relation to the negative and positive characteristic traits of our caretakers, and I'll say what I got from it for myself in particular was later on in the chapter. It started saying on how the characteristic traits of our partners will actually complete us. So it's the things that we lack for ourselves, and we are looking for a partner to have us feel whole and complete as we were born into this world.
Right. So pretty much the whole point is they explain falling in love, and they're saying that the theory is that when you actually fall in love with somebody very strongly and passionately is because you somehow on subconscious level tend to like analyze them within like minutes and realize that they are a match of your sum of caretakers traits, like we said, your Imago match, meaning that you meet this person and a lot of times it becomes like very obvious, right? Like some girls get into partners that look just like their dads or act just like their dads. Obviously it happens with like abusers. If your dad was an abuser, sometimes you attract an abuser, and it happens with very like blatant, or like a man would choose a woman that looks exactly like his mom. but it's also on a much deeper level. It's actually their traits, and sometimes there might not be even obvious. Sometimes, you know, your mom or dad is this way, and your first partner, I mean, your new partner looks different, you know, like they seem different, you know, in the beginning, but then those feelings that they have and that they produce in us tend to be the same. So for example, they tend to be critical just like your mother or father was, and it produces the same feeling of like inadequacy in you. So they tend to re-injure our wounds, the wounds that we have already created by our parents. Does that make sense?
It doesn't. But
It doesn't?
no, I'm joking. It does.
Okay.
No. So here's what I want to ask you now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to translate all of that of what you just said, which was beautiful and powerful, I hope you guys really got that.
Mm-hmm.
How can you transcribe that into your life?
Into my life. So for example, Joshua, he seems like a really charismatic, fun, positive guy. And so at first, when I just met him, he doesn't seem like to be a match of my mother. You know, like my mother occurred a different way with me. To me, you know, like yeah, she's, you know, beautiful and smart, but she's also sometimes very critical or feeling like superior, self-righteous. Well, I never thought Joshua was that way until, you know, when you get to know each other closer, those, you know, character traits emerge, and then they affect me the same way that I was affected when I was a child. So this is how I know like he's like a perfect Imago match for me, because it actually does state in the book that the more you trigger each other with your partner, the more of an Imago match you are. Relationships that tend to have less drama also tend to have less passion, unfortunately, and those are lesser of a match. Sometimes they're very peaceful, workable relationships, but they're not so much of an Imago match as you know, this kind of relationship is. At least that's what the book proposes as an idea.
Yep. And damn, I had a question, but then I let you finish.
So it was just interesting. We are at this chapter where we're like consciously being present to that, and we're curious about you in your life. You know, what do you think of this whole theory of an Imago match? And do you feel that you are an Imago match with your partner? Also, your caretakers is not just your dad or your mom. It's actually everybody who had a huge influence on you in your childhood. So it could be your older brother or sister or a nanny, for example. So you just put the sum of all of those characteristics, you write them down, all positive and negative, and then you actually do the same thing on your partner and you compare them to see if it's indeed a match.
Yeah. Okay, so I might sidetrack our conversation because I finally remembered what I was going to say earlier. Okay, so I am going to share from another thing towards the end of the chapter. They were stating and talking about how we look for these Imago matches. I mean, some would think, oh, okay, you know, my caretakers are this way. They were overprotective, or they abandoned me and left me all alone. And it even talked about the idea of how we would look to avoid them. Mm-hmm. But I'll say fortunately and unfortunately, we look for the people that have us complete that. And why unfortunate is because you have to face those wounds from the past and actually take them head on and like take the fear away from them and like actually have yourself be complete. So we find partners that kind of trigger those older wounds, and they are there to not only support you in healing through that, but also to heal themselves.
Right, and the premise is that our brain, it just keeps recreating these experiences until it closes the loop, until it heals. So it's going to keep recreating those experiences of childhood until that happens. And that's done through an Imago match and the work that a couple can do on the relationship and themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty much it for this chapter. You know, I can definitely see, like, looking back at my life, the people who I was with, which ones were like a better Imago match or not. And it's definitely a very interesting theory, and I recommend reading more about it in the book if you haven't yet.
Yes. So also feel free to comment. Please comment. We would love to hear feedback and love to talk to you all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.
That's right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Wait. Oh my gosh. Don't forget to hustle, everybody.
Hustle.
Thank you so much. Good night. Now dobranic.